What's good, barbecue family? It's your boy Joe Mill here, back with Killer Miller Q, and today we pulling out the Weber Kettle and we be putting together this beautiful tri-tip cooked just like a brisket. Check this thing out. Music, we are back, and I got me a nice beautiful tri-tip out here that I had grabbed when I was in Phoenix at the meat shop. They got some premium meat over there. What is this, about a little over 3 pounds of a tri-tip here. Some beautiful striation. I can already see there's gonna be some silver skin that I need to get off of here, but we usually try to keep the trimming to a minimal. This is gonna be the first time in a long time, one of my best videos I ever did as far as views, is the tri-tip cooked like a brisket, and that's what we're gonna be doing here today. I got my trusted Texas Killer Miller Q brisket rub, which is basically a mixture of coarse black pepper, coarse salt, kosher salt, paprika, and garlic. That one there, and I'm pretty much going to end up leaving this fat cap, but just wanted to kind of take the peek at this before we get it out the package. Decent striation before I lose all my daylight. Let's get to trimming. Now, for the trimming, I got my new trusty Audionautix Bearded Butcher's trimming knife that I'm about to be using. That's going to make short work of this, and I just want to kind of peel some of this back. You could obviously leave it, but I want to make sure I get a good bark over here overall, so I want to be able to get some contact directly with the meat, so I'm going to get rid of some of that. We'll trim off any hanging fat, and then, like I said, we'll pretty much be leaving the backside on the fat cap hole. All right, we got rid of a little bit of that extra. Get out of here. I was going to say this is the fattier side, and it had a little bit of loose fat on here that we did get rid of. Flies is trying to come for me out here. And now we down to pretty much this for my ribeye. We'll go ahead and get this baby patted dry and then seasoned up, and I'm going to let it hang out here for the next 15-20 minutes before we'll be ready to get it onto the pit. And there it is, all seasoned up, both sides. Started on the fat side first because I like cooking fat side down. And we went pretty heavy, which is obviously my brisket rub. So majority of this is black pepper that we got over here. So we should get a nice crust, as you can already see. Followed up by a little bit of salt, and then some paprika and some garlic powder. I'm gonna throw my top on here. This is gonna hang out sitting out here because it's still pretty cold. Let this kind of just rest in and everything. We'll get our fire up to temp, and we're gonna be cooking indirect like a brisket. All right, this has been sitting out here long enough. Hey, looking nice and pretty. You can always see when the salt kind of gets sucked in a little bit, and you can see that beautiful ground pepper, or not ground pepper, coarse pepper all over the top. Excuse me. Already got my grill pretty much ready to rock. Full disclosure, just got done making some wings, so I had both of those together in the middle, and I had my chicken on the outside in the circle like I normally like to do. So it's probably going to start off a little hotter than normal. Truthfully, I could have probably did this indirect and been able to hit about 250-ish, 275 with only one of these trays, but I still got two, but I'm just kind of let it go ahead and phase out. We'll start it right there in the middle, just like you see it. So we're gonna start off kind of more hot and fast. My guess is we're probably still holding more towards the 350-ish range on this pit, but like I said, I don't have that many coals, but these will hold out. I probably won't have to worry about this for the next hour or so. I kind of see where we're at. I'll combine those into one, and then we'll kind of go on from there. Night night. All right, it's getting dark out here. A little over an hour and 15 minutes. We down to about 250-ish. Time to combine these babies. Let's just take us a quick peek. Looking good, smelling great. Let's make some movements over here on this fire. All right, so I went ahead and added me on a couple more chunks or briquettes of that cowboy charcoal. And we got this old brisket. I went ahead and tempted just to kind of get a quick taster or a quick peek at where it was at. I said brisket. This old tri-tip was sitting at about 144, so we still got another 50-ish degrees to go, 50 plus. So we're gonna let it sit back and keep on rocking. Just rolling right along. It's been an hour and 55 minutes, and I'm thinking we gotta be thinking about getting close. Charcoal is burning nice and clean. Cowboy smelling great. Look at that. No spritzing. Beautiful red color you can start to see kind of coming through. I tell you, that cowboy charcoal does a great job of getting some smoke in there. Let's see where we at. Just to get an idea. I don't feel like that's it. Nope. No time soon. 142. I'm not even worried about spinning it yet. Don't need no spritz. When I do, apple cider and vinegar and water will probably be my friend. Alright, coming back over into this thing. Oh, there we go. It's been about 3.5 hours. It's time to wrap this thing up. I'm using butcher paper. I'm about to give it a slight spritz with apple cider and vinegar, and it's going just like that. Back in the house, and this baby is looking pretty nice. We're gonna slide it over, and what I'm gonna do actually, because I want to keep this crust going on here, is slide it over to some aluminum foil, and we're gonna actually be making a small little bit of foil boat. Didn't put any apple cider vinegar and water over it. I like it where it's at right now. I'm just gonna go straight with some tallow right over the top, and we should be ready to rock. Alright, there we go, my foil boat tri-tip like a brisket. Let's get a little bit of tallow on here. We got and for those that don't know, basically this is a wrap that's going to be put around the bottom more or less and a little bit up on the sides. It'll help speed this cook along, but it'll preserve our bark out here so we don't actually steam this thing out. So it's a little bit of half and half and the best of both worlds. We're going to get a little tallow over the top, and this baby should be ready to go back on the pit. There we go. Ready to rock and roll. Let's hit it back out to the pit. Alright, we got this thing ready to rock. We're gonna sit this over right here. You can see I kind of threw it on a little rack, just make it a little easier to handle it and transport it. I'm gonna leave you right there, and I'm guessing another half hour to an hour, and this thing will be about ready. I'll see you in a little bit. Night night. Hey team, I wanted to jump in here real quick and let you know, thanks for following along on today's cook. And if you're new to the channel, go to that bottom right corner, make sure that you subscribe, check out any other videos you've missed. And if you haven't done it already, find me on Facebook, IG, and TikTok. Sliding back out here, it has not been that long. Ooh, that's looking good. I just want to, I know it's not quite done. I want to flip this around because I've pretty much been letting this side get the heat the whole time. I'm going to let it work out and finish out and let this inside part of the boomerang kind of get some of the love. There we go. And I'm going to leave it just like this until we come all the way up to temp, and we should be good. And it is a little over 5 hours. I know this baby is done. I was just in here a couple seconds ago. Check out that bark we got going on. Nice and tenderoni. Hitting at the temperatures that I like around my brisket. I wasn't worried so much about getting to 205, but really wanted to be able to get to about 200 in all my spots. I'm looking good. And I came back in here, I did hit it with a little bit of tallow, but it's ready to rock. We coming up off of here. I'm gonna give it a quick second. We're gonna chop it up. Alright, this baby has had a little bit of time to relax, and I'm not gonna give it too much because I'm ready to taste it and I'm ready to relax my back. The foil boat method obviously is going to take a little bit longer because it won't rush you to the process like it will like a full-on wrap will, whether you're using butcher paper or actual aluminum foil. But at the end of the day, it does give you this pretty looking bark that was able to stay on here. Worked out pretty well. Actually, first time doing it with the tri-tip. I'm just going to give back a little bit of the jus that came up out of here. Some of the tallow that we kind of added on while we was wrapping it, just to kind of give it back some more of the moisture. Just like you see it. And you know, keep in mind when we are slicing a tri-tip, you got grains going in multiple different ways. There we go. There we go. Now we got a rock star. We got grains going in multiple different ways. Before I sprayed that on, you could really see those grains going down here versus these ones that kind of go more straight towards that point. So I'm just going to give me a little taste. So we're going to kind of start working our way and chop up this point, and then we'll get to the rest of this. But check it out. Like a brisket, smelling good. I'm telling you that. All right, I got my initial couple cuts in, and I have not even broke this thing open yet to give me a peek. It's still pretty warm. I didn't add no additional wood. This is nothing but that cowboy lump charcoal on there. You can still see my little bit of my fat at the bottom, so we came out pretty good there. Beautiful looking crust on top, and still nice and juicy. Whew, baby, it's hot. Like a brisket, huh? Okay, let's give it a taste. At the end of the cleanup, I had that last piece that normally end up being like the burn-in pieces. I figured, why not? Let's just go ahead and try a tri-tip burn-in, right? Get this thing all in here nice and gooey, booey, nooey, dooey. Look at the smoke ring on there. Beautiful. Oh, don't do that to me. There you go. Beautiful bark. Super tender. I couldn't bite you and get out of here. Another one in the books. Shouts out to my family, my boys over there at Black Smoke Barbecue, and you out there in TV land. I appreciate y'all, and I catch you back next week. Peace.